Okay, Sawadee Krap. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Deon. I think you all are all waiting to go for lunch, so I'll make it fast and quick. So today, I would like to present about how to recondition rolls to improve meal performance. Okay, just a very brief intro. So Yenar currently is one of the world's largest and leading flour milling rolls manufacturer. But just 10 years back, when we started visiting flour mills in Southeast Asia, nobody wanted to buy Yenar rolls. We visited many mills, and meal after meal, we got rejected and rejected. But luckily, we met a few kind flour millers who bought 2 rolls from Yenar, and they tested it in their roller mill. And they also checked for roller mill performance, and for many, many months, they checked the roll conditions. Luckily, Yenar rolls, the quality of Yenar rolls was good, and the rolls lasted longer than expected. So along this journey, we met a few superstar flour millers, and they taught us many things. One of the things we noticed is that these superstar flour millers are very particular about many tiny details in flour milling. Example, they're very particular about the importance of correct flute profile, taper, roughness, as it affects many things in the mill. So they also tell me it is very important that when we do rolls reconditioning, we must do it correctly and regularly. So you can see here, this is the fruit profile. There's many specifications to follow. So when the grain goes into the roller mill, if you have correct flutes, you can easily cut open the bran and scrape the endosperm away from the bran. But if the fruits are wrong, instead of cutting it, sometimes it's smashing and grinding the bran, leading to high ash consumption, high electricity consumption, higher moisture loss. So here you can see it's an example of a fluting table, and you can see there are many specifications of the brick rolls, flutes profiles. This is the specifications for the reduction rolls, taper. So for reduction rolls, it looks like a perfect cylinder, right? Like this. But if we measure, we will actually see that there is a taper at the end. And why we need the taper is because on this shaft here, there's a bearing, and when the rolls turn, the shaft, the bearings will generate heat, and it will heat up and expand the end of the rolls to look like this when the rolls is turning. So you will get even gap throughout the rolls. But if your taper is wrong, or if there is no taper, your rolls will look like this when it's not turning. But when your rolls are turning, the ends will expand and it will look like this. So you get uneven gap throughout the rolls. Here is a too small gap, so too much starch damage. And here, too big gap, so too little starch damage. Okay, so rolls reconditioning is troublesome because it's challenging to recondition rolls accurately every time. Mainly because most mills, they are using a manual or a PLC semi-auto machine, which looks like this. You need a very skilled operator to operate these machines. Yeah, there are many manual controls. So example, if even you have to control your cutting depth, you don't know how many microns deep your cutting tool has gone. Or even to make this taper here, what you have to, the rolls are moving left and right. So they have to turn the wheel to control the grinding wheel in. So when the rolls move left, you have to push in the grinding wheel by how many microns, and when the rolls go right, you have to pull out the grinding wheel in how many microns, and you have to do this at a constant same speed as before. So it's very difficult, and you have to remember where are the backlash. So I spoke to some operators, machine operators, even they have 20 years of experience, and they also told me that to make the taper it's difficult, and to make the left side and the right side of the rolls the same taper is also difficult. Okay, then another thing is many mills, they don't have the machine to check also for their flutes. So if they have a machine to check whether the flutes are correct, it is easy. You see here, angles. We brought our machine to some of the flour mills, and when we check the angles, sometimes it's wrong or the land is wrong. Yeah. So how to recondition rolls effectively? I will go very fast now. Basically, it's to use technology. Use a CNC machine, a computer controlled, and then follow simple procedure and use a fluid profile measurement device to measure and check your results. So this is the Yenar CNC machine. It's easy to use. You can train an operator in just 3 days, and you don't need a skilled guy. So this is the Yenar factory. We have 13 CNC units of Yenar machines here in our fluting factory, and we flute about 50 to 60 rolls per day. Would anybody like to guess how many people is working to operate these 13 machines? How many? 13? Oh, only 3 people. 3 people to operate this, because with a CNC machine, it's much easier. So here are the steps and procedures and steps. First, you basically you install the roll and you measure the diameter. Make sure the diameter through, and then you have to do the grinding to make sure the diameter is the same throughout the rolls. And then you set roll and grinding wheel position. You align the roll parallel to machine. I won't go detail. And then you key in the grinding parameters, and then you press start. And if you would like to choose the taper option, you can also choose the taper option here. Oops, what happened? Okay, so this is a layout. So here, normally the sandblasting machine is beside the fluting machine. So this is the sandblasting machine. So normally we do about RA of 3 to 4 RA. This is sharpen the tool. And when you do fluting, first you install the cutting tool, you make a chamfer, and then again you have to set the roll and tool position. And when you do refluting, don't need to grind the rolls until it's fully flat like this, smooth. You can just grind the rolls until the diameter of the rolls is even throughout the rolls here. And then you follow back the flutes. You have to put your cutting tool, adjust it exactly to the belly of the flutes. And then you press start. And you can key in all the grinding parameters. Yeah, first you press start. So it's much easier. So another thing, when you do fluting, make sure to check for your fluting profile, whether it's correct or not, by using a roll care, a flute profile measurement device. You can also use this device on the roller mill to check if the rolls are worn out, the flutes are worn out or not, and a report can be produced. So, as you all know, it is very important to have accurate rolls profile and frequent rolls reconditioning, because it affects many things in the roller mill. So if any of you would like to know more information about Yenar machines or Yenar rolls, please visit us in our booth, or you can also visit us in our factory. This is our factory. We are producing many machines every year. And you can also see our assembly and production in action. And we have a large warehouse too. Okay. Çok teşekkür ederim. It means thank you very much in Turkish. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you for keeping it brief.